The message arrives while I'm standing in the hallway, barefoot on cold tile, staring at the same crack in the wall Dad always promised to fix. "Why are you still there?" 6 words, casual, confused. My thumb hovers over the screen. Then I laugh. It comes out wrong, too sharp, too loud for an empty house. The sound echoes back at me, unfamiliar, like someone else is here. Like someone has been watching this moment for months. I don't reply. I walk into the kitchen instead. Open the cabinet they never emptied, the one behind the cereal boxes. My folder is still there, thick, heavy, quietly patient. They really had no idea. That dinner plays on a loop in my head, the way trauma does, edited, sharpened, stripped of warmth. Dad didn't even look at me when he said it. "You've got a month," he muttered, pushing food around his plate. "We sold the house." "You're out." Sold. Like it was already over. Like I was furniture. Mom watched her hands. Always her hands. She never defended me. She never needed to. Silence was her weapon. I remember nodding. Calm. Polite. My chest stayed still. My face obedient. Inside, something cracked, but not loudly. More like ice shifting under pressure. They left right after dessert. No hug, no discussion. Just keys on the counter and a door closing too softly for something so final. I stood there alone, the house suddenly too large, too hollow. And that's when I noticed it. The smell. Not dinner, not them. Paper. Ink. Fresh paint from the basement door. They'd sold the house. But they hadn't left. I didn't pack. I didn't panic. I listened. For weeks I watched the mail. New envelopes, new names, a different return address, an LLC I didn't recognize. I smiled when I saw it. At night, I went through Dad's old filing cabinet. He never locked it. Never thought he needed to. I found the original deed, the mortgage, the quiet trail of signatures that told a better story than his mouth ever had. The house wasn't his. It never had been. Grandma had put it in my name years ago. A trust, buried under legal language and assumptions. Dad had managed it. That was all. Managed. Not owned. I started pulling records, title searches, property filings, public, boring, devastating facts. The sale had gone through. Legally, the buyer was clever, careful, anonymous, and very patient. I didn't confront them. I didn't warn them. I didn't move. I stayed. Paid the utilities. Changed the locks. Fixed the crack in the wall myself. Every night I slept better than I had in years. The confirmation email arrived on a Tuesday. Finalized, transferred, cleared. I read it twice. Then once more, slowly, like savoring something expensive. That weekend, Mom showed up unannounced. She rang the bell like a stranger. That felt right. "You're still here," she said, forcing a smile. "We told you." "I know," I replied, calm, neutral. Dad stepped forward. His voice sharpened. "We sold this place." "Yes," I said. "You did?" I handed him the folder. He laughed at first, a scoff, the kind men use when they think fear is bluffing. Then he read. His hands started to shake. Mom sat down hard. "The truth is quiet when it lands. It doesn't scream. It settles." "You can't do this," Dad whispered. "I didn't," I said. "You did?" I watched him understand, every skipped detail, every lie he'd told himself, every assumption that I'd stay small because it was convenient. Mom started crying, loud, messy, too late. I felt nothing. 6 months later, the text arrives. "Why are you still there?" I finally reply. "Because I own it." 3 dots appear, disappear, appear again. I don't wait. I walk through the house, touching walls that no longer feel borrowed. The air feels different when it belongs to you. I stop at the front door. Open it, step outside, then I lock it. From the inside. Some people think revenge is fire. They're wrong. Sometimes it's just letting the truth finish what it started and staying.